Hi guys, welcome back. I'm just going to do another quick video today, just showing you how to sort of bounce down tracks and regions and save your computer some processing power for some other stuff. You can get to a point where everything just gets a bit sluggish and isn't running to an optimum sort of speed when you're trying to do vocals, that kind of thing. So bouncing down tracks and rendering files with lots of effects, that kind of thing, can be extremely handy. So I'm going to run through that. Before I jump into it, just if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and like this video as well, and it will sort of help the algorithm sort of generate more and more people to the channel, so I can make more of these. Anyway, so let's just dive into it. I'm just going to go into my session. There it is. Okay, so I've got this this vocal sample here, and I'm just going to play it. And the way that I've sort of set up these effects on that vocal is I'm sending, which is a fairly typical way that I would do it. Bus 1, I'm sending to a reverb. Bus 2, I'm sending to a delay, as you can see here on the left-hand side. And those delays are then coming through here. So let me just play that again so you can see. And these effects are 100% wet. That's for the reverb. And the delay is 100% wet. So that's how you sort of got to, I'd recommend setting up your buses, and that's going to a bus. I've got other videos about how to do all that. So now, obviously, if I just rendered that file now, it wouldn't basically render any of those effects. There's nothing actually on the channel. There's no EQ, there's no compression, there's no chorusing, nothing. If I were to just bounce that down, it would just be the same file. Then I'd have to sort of, reroute it again through all the buses for the delays and effects. So let's just bypass that stuff there. And let's say that I'm going to put a reverb on there now. Let's just get this one here and make it a nice long one. With a tail, maybe a little more pre-delay. Right, so let's just say I want to bounce that down, and I've got, lots of tracks with reverbs like that on it. Just control and click on that, and then you can bounce that in place. So when you bounce in place, it gives you some options. Create a new track, selected track. Let's just go for new track. And because there's a really long tail on that reverb, just make sure you've clicked include audio tail. And include audio tail in the region as well. So if there's basically a tail in there, it'll pick up whatever is triggering it. So yeah, just do the whole lot. If there's any sort of automation going on there, so if you're sort of fading in a volume swell on that sample, and that's really important, then click that as well. We're not at this stage, and make sure normalizes off. You don't want to really go doing that. That's not really a cool thing. And just hit OK. And all of a sudden we've got that sample, and play it back. Just go on the track, there it is. So that's got all the reverb there as well. And the beautiful thing about that now as well is that we can completely control where we want to turn that reverb off. So let's just cut it off there. There's probably I think there's a key change, not a key change, but there's a chord change in the next bar. And assuming that vocal doesn't maybe go with the next chord or whatever, we can just cut it off and move on to the next sample. So that's one way to do it, and we can also now then just bypass that reverb, save our computer some processing power, which was the whole reason why we did this. Another way to do it, if we go back to turning it on, and that is to use the freeze function here, which is that little sort of ice, whatever that is, that little icon there. If you can't see that icon, go to track, go to configure track header, and then you've got all these options and what you want to see, what you don't want to see. So that should be ticked. And just turning freeze on, there you go. And now the thing is that basically if you hit freeze, it's going to freeze everything in that track. So I'll just do that now quickly. and it's going to go right to the end of the session. And now that's frozen. We'll just mute solo that. Okay, so that's basically, they're intact now. The only thing is now is that we can't add any, oh damn, we want to put some EQ on that, or we want to put some chorus. We have to actually unfreeze it to do that. It's just frozen. We can't really get into that reverb anymore. It's over. So you have to unfreeze it. Then we can go back in, put that EQ in after that kind of thing. So just be careful that when you are freezing, you can no longer really manipulate any effects and that kind of thing on that channel. Okay, so there is a third way as well to do this. And let me just copy this setting on this reverb so I don't have to do it again. And that is to just click on it and then go to functions and selection-based processing. And so now basically we've seen that WAV file there, and we're going to put in that Valhalla reverb. We're going to insert that, and you basically have like two options. Like, okay, well this is option A, and this is option B, and you can basically just flip between which option you like. I'm just going to paste that setting in there. There it is. Let's preview it. And then we're just going to hit apply. And there it is there. And as you can see, the tail wasn't there because I didn't tick it. So let's just undo that. And there it is. Let's add the effect tail. Apply, and there it is. So basically, and that's actually automatically stopped to the end of that region, which is kind of cool. And so let's just click that off, and the other one, and there you go. That's it for now. I hope that's been really helpful. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have fun making music. And thanks for watching. Cheers.